between buyers and growers lead to increased investment opportunities. With this development, Africa has a huge potential to meet the world demand of organic food, since Africa's full agricultural potential has yet to be realized. According to a recent study, Africa could produce up to 3 times more cereals and grains, adding 20% more cereals and grains to the current global output of 2.6 billion tons. If the continent's agricultural productivity improves, similar increases in horticulture crop and livestock production could be seen. The diverse means of investing in agriculture, combined with new concerns over worldwide food consumption, make it a compelling option for many investors. Number 8. Investment in agriculture can be more sustainable than the stock market. When you invest in agriculture, you are investing in a physical plot of land. This land's value only appreciates, unlike stocks and businesses. Investing in agriculture is typically a long-term venture. Returns vary depending not only on commodity prices but on how much and how fast the land appreciates. Depending on the farm's location, current commodity prices and other factors, returns on investment range from 3 to 5% for commodity-based land or 10 to 15% for specialty crops. Because agriculture investments are long-term, they can be set up to be kept in the investor's family and passed down to future generations. Agricultural investments can appreciate indefinitely. Number 9. Investment opportunities in agricultural digitalization. In the coming decades, digital technology has the capacity to transcend the food, agriculture and fisheries systems. Mobile platforms, data analytics, high-resolution satellite imagery, precision equipment and artificial intelligence could all help boost sector productivity, sustainability, and resourcefulness. Several of these technologies are already in use, while others are still in development. This will necessitate significant public and private investment in digital infrastructure, as well as education and training. These sectors present a huge opportunities for investment in Africa, which will yield great return of investment and at the same time improving the lives of millions of people. Number 10. Investment opportunities in agricultural education. Agriculture careers encompass some of the world's largest industries and outlets of long-term careers, employing millions of people. With the huge and untapped agricultural potential in Africa, the educational sector presents also a great investment opportunity, as more and more qualified experts are needed in these sectors. Many of the jobs in the agriculture and forestry industries are classified as green jobs, meaning they help to preserve or conserve the environment. Agricultural engineer, food scientist, agricultural manager, agronomist, botanist, forester, horticulturist, data analytics, and a variety of other careers are among the most popular. Investment in educational institutions such as private university or a vocational school requires in most African countries only a practicing license, partners and few investors. The next hurdle is hiring lecturers with highly relevant and marketable skills demanded by corporations in the agriculture sector. Also, as the world is moving more and more towards digital education, investments in physical structures can be limited, as most courses can be carried out online. So there you have it. Those were our 10 reasons why investment opportunities in agriculture will create more millionaires in Africa. Do you know about other reasons which were not on our list? Share this information in our comment section. If you enjoyed this video and want more definitive information about trends and business opportunities in Africa, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos.
Located in the Accra metropolis of Ghana, Choko has a population of more than 344,627. This densely populated, low-income indigenous fishing village and neighborhood lacks basic infrastructure such as roads, drains, toilets, and bathhouses. There is low educational achievement in the community, with most residents being fishermen, while others engage in fish smoking or fishmongering. Apart from funerals, community members cherish parties and outdoor events where people earn money.
We are so happy, like one show away because of Lala Gini and DJ. How we feel happy. Gosh, I'm an happy baby. Cash and I can time no matter what you do, never provide the clothes. Yes, that's when we had more fraud and I like it. If I see a man, there is spray, bunch, it will come up for cash.
Teenage pregnancy is common in the community.
And I'll be over 16 years so by 2025. So Benyanana 12 years. Wow. Even
have the quality education. And so Choko was one of the schools that was brought up. Initially, I wasn't sure because I thought, oh, a school in Accra can't be that impoverished. Only to find out that the only goal for the school girls when they finish class 6 is actually to get pregnant. And I was actually surprised. What do you mean class 6 wants to get pregnant? And they actually insult them to say, you mean you're 13 years old and you don't have a child? And stuff like that. So I thought, okay.
In the heart of Choko, education is seen as a means of escape from poverty for many families. Yet, in this bustling fishing community, the wealthy people whose lives seem to be worthy of emulation are the fisherfolk who have less or no educational background.
Sometimes in the capital cities, there are different influences. And when people come from a certain area where they're not bringing so much, or they're not adding to the income of the country, it makes it easy for them to be forgotten. Yes, Choko has the fishing harbor, and so that is one of the trades. They have different things that they do, which unfortunately prevents them from pursuing education on a higher level.
The government has made strides in providing free basic education across Ghana. However, the situation in Choko remains bleak. Schools here suffer from chronic underfunding, overcrowded classrooms, and limited resources. More than 45% of students drop out before completing junior high school. For many, the lure of helping their families fish outweighs the benefits of formal education.
Buying exercise books for the children, no. When the child is able to get one exercise book, if care is not taken, he will complete with the class that he or she is. So you complete with that one exercise book. So at times the teachers will come.
In Choko, out of an estimated 12,000 school-aged children, only about 7,000 are enrolled in schools. More than 30% of those children miss school regularly due to economic hardships, poor infrastructure, or lack of access to learning materials.
The parents, sometimes they are being frank with you. A parent can just walk in and say, today I don't have money to give to my ward to come to school. And as such, I would want him or her to stay at home. Some too wouldn't come with any explanation. You only realize that the child or the ward is not in school, and that is it. So parents generally, some support, some too would like to prioritize other things.
For many families in Choco, the decision between education and survival is a daily battle. The need for immediate income from fishing often trumps the long-term benefits of schooling.
A day go to Jinamonake. One nothing I can do the war, but go to one home for 300. Yeah, like what I believe. Here you are, we. Utobaga, and I better know which in it. If you do, before we are government school. She's totally fair with jump. She took what I will flee out. No one come out of fight. Try to manaba.
According to statistics, the teacher-to-student ratio in Choco schools is 1:60, compared to the recommended national average of 1:35. The lack of teaching materials is another major concern, with only one textbook per 4 students on average.
It's the 17th day of March 2026. Hello there, welcome aboard this flight. It's called Within Africa. It's a continental showpiece. I, your captain, Malte Decider Sadek, will be taking you on a tour across the African continent. We'll make stops in Nigeria and look at Maiduguri and what the violence and conflict there is, and also the repercussions of the Iran, USA, and Israel offensive on that country and other African countries as well. We'll be speaking to a security expert this afternoon. We'll also take you to Morocco to look at what's happening with craftsmanship and other security issues in that country. Do a little bit of the East in Kenya as well. We're live on Ghana Broadcasting Corporation on Facebook. You can watch us there. Our website, gbcghanaonline.com. Globally on DSTV channel 278. Let's begin the trotting otherwise from religious issues and conflict and justice as well, because Pope Leo the 16th is set to embark on his first major tour of Africa in April, a visit that is expected to blend prayer, diplomacy, and strong calls for peace, justice, and equality across the continent. The head of the Catholic Church will travel to 4 countries: Algeria, Cameroon, Angola, and Equatorial Guinea, delivering 7 masses and 11 speeches during the multi-day trip. The tour begins April 13th in Algiers, where he will meet President Abdelmadjid Tebboune and celebrate Mass at the Basilica of Our Lady of Africa, becoming the first pope to visit the North African nation in Cameroon. Leo XIV will meet longtime leader Paul Biya and travel to the conflict-hit city of Bamenda, where he is expected to issue a strong appeal for peace amid decade-long separatist crisis. The Angola leg of his trip will focus on social justice, including corruption, inequality, and resource conflicts. In Luanda, the Pope will also meet diplomats before visiting religious and societal institutions across the country. The tour concludes in Equatorial Guinea, where Leo XIV will visit Malabo, Mongoma, and Bata, meeting clergy visiting a technology school and praying at a memorial for victims of a 2021 explosion. The trip he stayed abroad since his election in 2025 underscores the Vatican's focus on Africa, where issues of interfaith dialogue, peace building and social inequity remain central to the Pope's message. And whilst the Pope is talking about justice, peace and security, there's lots happening in the West. In Nigeria, the most populous country on the African continent, at least 23 people were killed and more than 100 wounded in suspected suicide bombings Monday night that targeted Maiduguri city in northeastern Nigeria. Police have said it was one of the deadliest attacks in the capital of the conflict-battered state of Borno in recent history. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has pledged to step up security operations following that wave of deadly Maiduguri attacks. In a message posted on his official X page, Tinubu expressed condolences to victims and their families, saying that he mourns those who lost their lives, sympathizes with the injured, and stands in solidarity with the people of Borno. He said the government would intensify efforts to dismantle armed groups across the country and praised the troops for repelling coordinated assaults on military positions in Maiduguri, the capital of the Borno state. The president of Nigeria added that additional military equipment and operational support had been approved and ordered top security officials to relocate to Maiduguri to oversee their response. Emergency agencies have also been mobilized to assist victims, and this includes the attacks which occurred on Monday evening, targeting busy areas, that's markets, a post office vicinity, and the entrance to a teaching hospital, according to officials. The Nigerian military warned that suspected militants linked to Boko Haram may have deployed multiple suicide bombers into the city, urging residents to avoid crowded places and remain vigilant. At least 23 people were killed and more than 100 were injured in the coordinated blasts, authorities have said. Police have confirmed that a bomb disposal unit had secured the affected site and also carried out security sweeps. Let's now go to the phone. We want to connect and speak to a security analyst who's been following all of these issues. Emmanuel Cotton joins us on phone. Hello, Mr. Cotton. Good evening.
No, I'm coming. Wait.
Hello, Mr. Cotton.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you for your time this evening on Within Africa. If you can tell us, what is the sense you get with what happened in Maiduguri and the offensive between U.S., Israel, and which is still going on, and Iran? And we do know that even the U.S. President Donald Trump, he launched some attacks in Nigeria, and now there are suicide bombers everywhere in Maiduguri.
Well, thank you for having me, and very good evening to your cherished listeners. In fact, Maiduguri has been calm for some years. That calm is now shattered. There's no two ways about that. And if you look at this week alone, we saw an overnight military base attacks and 3 suicide bombing at the city market, the hospital, and the post office. Within the week of March, from the 3rd to the 9th, we had over 100 Nigerian soldiers that had been killed. That's the deadliest stretch since Matatele in 2008. In fact, the core challenge is a 3-pronged threat. If you look at a very strong or a resurgent ISWAP with growing firepower and a parallel Boko Haram escalation. So the contributing factor of what we are seeing is that there is a deliberate cutting of military supply route into the garrison towns. So with the linkage with Iran, I want to be very measured because there are no any conclusive evidence that point to that fact. And you see, when our Foreign Affairs Minister online when he said Ghana indeed was collaborating with the Nigerian government. And indeed, the Nigerian government sought the assistance of Ghanaians. That was why they were in Nigeria. Some of us fear that the terrorist activities may escalate in Nigeria, especially the northern part. So that is what I have to say to your question. I will not want to directly link what is happening in Maiduguri to the happenings in Iran.
Okay. What do you say?
Even though the happening in Iran would have a lot of global impact.
Right. What do you say then to what's happening in the Maiduguri area with the security deployment? The president is deploying more security personnel. He's taking them even from other cities in Nigeria so that they can help with this situation. Have they held or, upheld the situation well? Do you believe that Nigeria's government is handling this situation well? The president is even billed to go to the UK and meet King Charles. What's your perspective of this?
Well, the strategy the Nigerian security forces are using are not adequate. The military main approach